Hello, welcome back once again. It's almost 5 a.m. for me currently. Also, don't mind my mods. This is like the first time I've been playing since like 2021, and yeah, I realized I have a couple of interesting mods. Hopefully, none of them are bad for YouTube, but we'll see as we play. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about just YouTube and just, I guess, media all today. I wanted to talk, as you could probably see in the title, that I'm gonna title it later. I was gonna say and talk about how, like, pretty much, as I don't know if it's just like my algorithm or maybe other people are seeing it. Well, I think so, because from the views from other channels I've been seeing, that old YouTube is pretty much back. And what I kind of mean by this is more kind of like it's more of just kind of doing it, I guess, for the love of it, kind of like as a hobby. Like, there's no intent of, like, either monetization, or maybe there is a little bit, but for the most part it's just pure enjoyment. People are just putting stuff out just just to either have fun or just to literally talk and everything. And I think it's really cool. And even like the aesthetic is back. So like back in like early, or probably, yeah, late 2000s, and mostly early 2010 YouTube, there's a lot of like commentary videos, like video game commentary, or just like commentary in general, like what I'm doing basically right now. And I've been seeing a resurgence of that lately, which is really neat. And when people are like asking, kind of like in general, where like, oh, old everything is back, like, it's always nice. I do like it now, because I just realized what that skin is. I think it's Diddy. But what's cool is, as old as it is, like, they're bringing it back, and like for nostalgia purposes, it's never always gonna be ever the same ever. And what's really cool is people are bringing it back, like I said probably a third time already, but it's remixed, meaning same thing, but there's a little bit of like new spice to it. And a lot of people add like their own content ideas. So like, for example, actually I'll show you some YouTubers I have right here. Where is it? So there's a couple of cool like YouTubers that have like grown literally like either in like the same year or under a year, like 2024 going to 2025. And a couple of them, like for example, I have them like laid out, is this guy Nico Yaps. And all he literally does is literally just did what I do, or what I did, and it's literally just Minecraft videos, but it's just talking about like advice, and he gives some pretty like good advice, just like mostly about like life stuff and everything. And then sometimes too, like once in a while, he gives for example, you can see right here, like he gives like some stories that either himself or other people he's heard from. And I always thought this was something cool, and I do really recommend checking this channel out, just for honestly anything. Like, really, like you'll probably find like your niche in it, about like maybe something that you're going through. Like, he probably honestly hasn't answered, because he talks about a lot of different like variety of topics, which is really cool. Another cool one is this guy, like I said earlier in the video, his name is Loaded Buggy, and he does somewhat of the same thing a little bit, but he more delves into like just straight like more video game-esque stuff. So kind of like talking about like stuff about Call of Duty Gold Age, and just other stuff about, honestly, more of a variety, just like more video game oriented. And I always thought it was actually really cool that he talks about this again, because like I don't really see like any of these videos anymore, or at least I haven't for a while, and I still always think they're very underrated and they should have a comeback. So this one is also really nice. This guy is been popping off. I don't know how actually to show when you subscribe, but I've been following this guy since he had basically like two, maybe four, probably 4,000 subscribers, and he does honestly probably very similar stuff to that guy Nico, the first guy I mentioned, but the difference is he just does straight advices only, and just about everything, and it's more goal oriented to like financial stuff a little bit, and more of like sometimes relationship stuff too, friendship, well, life stuff honestly in general. But both all three of these people are like very good to go to, and like very good advices, and I really do recommend checking them out. Also, another thing I was going to mention is that also too, with YouTube being like old YouTube pretty much having a resurgence, there's also been a huge resurgence in like not just new YouTubers but small YouTubers like having all the come up, or like just having their videos pop off pretty much, and still staying relatively small. And I do hope for them to grow, but I always thought that was something kind of cool. And one guy in particular, which I thought was really neat, was this guy named Amari X Games. I probably could be saying that wrong, but same, similar content, honestly, but like, it's pretty much, honestly, it's just him spewing the stuff, it's just him not only giving, advice, same thing as the others, but also too, he is just giving his own opinion on just like different topics. I mean, like, I don't want kids, which, I mean, I can see that, financial stuff, how, crazy it is today. His stuff's really good too. Another one to check out too. And another guy I was going to mention when I said earlier, just a second ago, that like people popping off and they're still relatively small. Like I found this guy recently, probably about a week ago. Like the guy, his name is That Killer Gary, and his videos are, really, really neat too. And he just, honestly, sometimes this stuff's just really neat. It just sometimes it's just gameplay stuff, and it's nice, and I mean really underrated. I mean, 80, 90 views, like it's nice though, like just checking these all out. And as you could kind of see, like what I'm talking about, it's kind of like similar videos, like gameplay, talking, and that sort. And you could kind of see the pattern building up, and you can see also too, it's not just like, oh, it's a niche thing, and it still really much is, but these things are building up. Like for example, like actually here's a good one, like like this guy Nico, for example, like just barely a year ago, like I think it's like his 5th video, like when I saw and everything, he was gaining already decent traction, and then shot up since then. Same thing with Buggy too, and the Why Learn guy, like honestly, like I think literally he was only doing this for like not even under a year. It's like probably 6 or 8 months. Let me see. Yeah, like 5 months. 5 months and 20,000 subscribers, which is insane. And like the stuff's been blowing up, like 5,000, 20,000 some videos, like 12, 4, 50,000 almost, or shoot, even this one like over 120. So it's not like it's completely like in the dark. Like these are really, coming up, and I do see this coming like a bigger thing. Not like, maybe not mainstream possibly, but I do see it like becoming a much bigger thing in like one of these next couple months, and maybe honestly this year of 2025, for because as I always see with YouTube or anything, usually like every like 3 to 5 years stuff kind of dramatically changes, and I do see like a new shift in just honestly everything from YouTube, media, like what people see with social media, to like music and all that. Another one that's still on the kind of same topic but separated is, there's also girls have been also doing like these kind of things too, but their approach is just like old YouTube, but it's kind of like, I would say like their own remix in a way. And like there's this one I saw, there's like this one girl, her name's Cheeseburger, which is pretty funny, and their stuff is literally, it's nothing crazy, like compared to like these other guys giving like, you know, life stories and financial advice or whatever life stuff. It's just pretty much, they just literally put a camera on, nothing professional, literally your home lights or just your literally phone camera, and literally just yapping just about anything, and that's literally it. So I thought that was actually cool from kind of like, you know, both sides of the spectrum, that like people are diving into this, like vlogs, you know, nothing like high production, you know, very simple and bare bone, but still entertaining at the same time. And then probably honestly the last one, which is actually I want to say interesting, was like this one girl Haley, which same thing as like the others, like, you know, same thing, vlogs and everything. But one thing that was kind of interesting was kind of like, it's more of like a, how do you picture it, it's like a little bit of everything. It's just like literally like a dancing video, and then like another one's like vlogs, and then sometimes it's like real personal stuff. Like there's one, there's somewhere, it was, I'm gonna say somewhere in there, I don't know if it's still there, like, you know, one with overdosing and stuff. And that was, I thought that, you know, it's a good watch, you know, a good video to watch. And I thought that like that was something that made her stood out, you know. I mean, like already at 60,000 in like what, under, yeah, literally under a year. So I think like just all these people are doing very good, or if not, you know, some that are, all of them are coming up or already making it, and it's just good for all of them. And that was just pretty much mostly what I wanted to talk about. I'll probably make more like in depth, like talking about this more, because like I'll be frank, I don't know how to edit. I don't really want to edit, you know. So I mean, that's actually, I mean, to be honest, that's kind of another thing of old YouTube, was like not really editing, or if it was very, if there was editing, it was like bare bone at most, and that's pretty much it. So, but that's about it. I'll probably make, like I said, make a part 2, or like probably continue something, or like give an update upon this. If like, honestly, if it starts blowing up like crazy in the next like month or so, like, then there you go. Then it'll be something I'll be definitely covering. And then hopefully, you know, maybe like, I don't think myself, because I mean, like, what, I have 10 subscribers, but maybe with like over time we could come, you know, we can make something out of it, like a little, you know, small community. That would be something really neat to see and see where it goes, honestly. So we'll see what happens, and that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.